I didn't throw it out, even though that's tempting.
Hey, I'm Margie with the Asking Spot, and this is my ugly duckling piece. It's a part of this challenge. Yay! It should be fun, right? Here's the thing, it does seem like a weird piece for me to pick, seeing as I really love the color green. Just not this color of green, so I am going to try this on it. If you watched my channel before, you're thinking, wait a minute, you've used that before, and
it led to great frustration.
well, indeed, you are correct. And if you haven't watched my channel before, please subscribe. Try to have fun here. Don't always get success, but I share the failures in hopes of saving you time and money.
And that's what we call foreshadowing.
I like the product, or I thought the product worked well enough. I just hate the application. Now, they do sell it in giant tubs. And if I wanted to take off the trim, say, somewhere else on the house, I would totally use it. And maybe doing that in the future at this 1928 house. But because I'm just doing a small piece, I didn't want that big of a container. Because here's the thing, when you use a lot of these chemical strippers, whether it's the eco-friendly ones or the not so friendly, they have about a 6-month lifespan. So whatever you don't use within the next 6 months after opening it, it's not going to be any good. So, smaller is better.
Considering I have a mascot and a sizzle odor, it's not that low.
Ooh.
This is supposed to stay wet for 30 minutes? I don't see that happening on its own. I'm gonna put some grocery bags in it. Whoosh. If you're looking at this and you're thinking, but wait, I'm a cloth bag shopper. I don't have a bunch of plastic bags. You know what? So am I. But you know what I know? Is, well, my husband isn't always. And I also know, though, that you can go to a lot of these stores and they have bins that you can recycle your plastic bags and put them back in. Well, they don't mind if you take them. Ta-da! It's been 30 minutes. And we have...
Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening.
Ah. No. Okay. It kind of dried, even though it was under wraps. I swear, how do I get the most well-painted stuff ever?
Being a little baby.
All right. Give that some more time. So this has been sitting now an hour. Let's see how it did. It's definitely becoming an uglier duckling.
It did not go as planned.
Looks like we'll have to go to Plan B.
There's a plan B?
So here's our plan going forward with this. It does okay on the horizontal. So I'm going to flip this piece and just do a little at a time. So that means 30 minutes to an hour each side. Yay! Tempting though it may be, I did not throw it out. I brought it out here so I could rinse it. Just it seemed faster. And it's still not stripping very well, so I'm going to try this. Boy. I feel like I'm just now wetting the paint and letting it slide around this piece now.
Not good.
Not good? Yeah. And I should be wearing gloves.
Yes.
All right, there's another whole part of me that's going, why didn't you use the heat gun?
You did it to yourself.
Why do you keep making it so difficult?
I'm gonna have fun with the sander. I hate this.
You're losing it.
Seems that I'm defying gravity.
Which?
Yeah. Gloves.
And the next day.
Okay, so I really don't hate this green tint on here. It's really rough, so I do have to sand it. But if I don't get all the way through and it still has a little bit of a green hue, I will be okay. But now to do what no one says, fun, I gotta get to sanding. A lot. Have I mentioned how much I loathe chemical strippers? See that? Yeah, my fault. But it's making all these little shiny areas are just gloppy messes that I can't sand through. So now I got to get some more chemicals out to get the dried on chemical stripper off. It doesn't smell that great, but I've had better luck with this, so let's give it a shot. "30 minutes. And we're back. Am I having any better luck with it this go around? And this concludes my attempts with chemical stripper. I think
There's more.
this go around I'm trying acetone. Hey. I like that. That's working better. All right, that's not perfect, but I think that might save me some time. I'm gonna try and get around the whole thing like this. So acetone is a bit fierce. This is those standard gloves you get, and not doing so hot. Granted, this is a recycled glove. All right, I'm now a huge fan of using acetone to get stuff off.
All right.
There's a catch.
Here's the weird thing. I don't really mind this green. Of course, the wood color change down here makes me think I got to do something. I might do a lighter wash just to see. Let's give it a little sand though to get it. It's, all the grain is erased. A little bit much.
We get the idea.
A lot of sanding went into getting this just to this point. I'm still gonna go through with all my cool detailed sanding tools to try to get more out of this area. But otherwise, I think I'm just gonna kind of camouflage this. So my first thought was, let's give this a nice little, whitewash. It'll just kind of lighten things up. But then I was like, ooh, is it just gonna make me a light green? That doesn't sound all that great. Still ugly. But then I realized, wait, green and red make brown. Da-da-da-da. I can try and stain it. And I had this on hand. It's dark walnut. Let's give it a shot. This probably won't work. For starters, stain cannot permeate through paint. So the fact that we still have a lot of color on here indicates that there's still a lot of paint particles in there. So stain probably won't get through there. But I was thinking, you know what? I'm okay with a darker brown and the green blend. That'll work. The other problem I have that just occurred to me while I was doing this was I sanded this down to 220 grit, meaning it was like really smooth. Not a lot of open pores to accept the stain. So I'm about to wipe this off, and if it really doesn't turn out that great, I kind of knew it going in.
A guarded endorsement.
This is some sort of wood glue they had that I couldn't get off, or I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to do that in a touch-up later. I'm not too mad at that. Something to remember when you're dealing with stain is that stain takes out stain. Meaning, if you're going and you're wiping off your stain and you get to a part that it's like, oh, that's a little splotchy. Don't try to grab a clean cloth to make it less splotchy. Grab one of your ones that already have some stain in it, because that will more likely take out the excess stain better than a clean cloth. But also keep in mind, if your cloth gets too messy, it begins to take off more stain than you want. So you kind of have to strike a balance in there. Big rule of thumb to remember when you are doing furniture flipping is oil and water don't mix. It's just how it is. So I used a water-based stain. I'll be using a water-based top coat. Now, technically with water-based stains, if you left it to cure a really long time, you could put an oil top coat on it. But you could never do it in reverse. If I used an oil-based stain and tried to do a water-based top coat, more than likely my water-based top coat is gonna peel right off. It will dry to the touch, but it's not gonna adhere as well. So you can put a primer in between. Usually a lot of people use shellac as like the, hey, I can put this in between the two of them. If you spray on shellac, you're more than likely going to get a wax-free version, and then you can put a top coat on and it's less likely to yellow. But all that being said, short answer is water-based stain, water-based top coat. You good? So you might be looking at this thinking, it's not ugly, but it's a little on the plain Jane side. I agree. So I went to my local craft store and I found this little bit in the clearance section.
I miss Joanne fabrics.
But with this little bit of fabric, I'm going to add something different. A little pop to this piece. Let's do some finishing touches. Because while I tried to get this to buff up, it's just, it could be better. There's a very particular paint I like to use when doing gold on furniture. It's this. This is a much richer gold. And it goes on beautifully. And you can get it at, I believe, every craft store.
Stationary camera.
It is not a light scented thing though, but it's got lasting power. So ventilate and get to paint. Okay, so moving from that to this, let's add that pop. Ta-da! Technically, I could use, as my decoupage medium, I could use the polyacrylic that I used as a top coat. And I may even go over this again with that, because when it comes time to trim, there's always touch-ups needed. Clearly, there's a squirrel in the yard, so I gotta go take care of that.
Give me 24 hours. Very dry stuff.
Now, I'm going to try it with a brand new blade. Yeah. New blades. Very, very, very important. So now I'm going to use this again, just to top coat this. Any of the little slightly loose corners, it will help put those down, but it will also give a smoother feel to the fabric. If you could, give a thumbs up if you've been at all entertained or inspired, and you might want to click the subscribe button because I got another fun challenge coming up. Also, I'm in the process of working still on this 1928 house. I have loads more to go, so I hope you follow along with that journey. Oh, and I also want to take this moment to thank our host of this Ugly Duckling Challenge. It has been a challenge. Speaking of which, let's go back to where we started. It is definitely, I think, improved. Whether it's everybody's cup of tea, I'm not sure. Here's a look at the final results. I'm a huge fan of green. I hope you are too. Because I just kind of let this piece dictate where it wanted to go and it stayed green. Thanks so much for watching The Asking Spot. There's lots of issues with it. Hi, babies. Hello. Yes. I wasn't calling you guys ugly. I promise. Nope. Green is clearly my favorite color. So, what's my problem? Well, it's just not done that well. So, I'm going to give this product a try. Now, if you've watched this channel, I gotta stop saying now. Hi, baby.